Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bazak, on Islam. Since Ramadan is coming, Ramadan Kareem to all Muslims. But I would really appreciate it if you would, when you come here, stick to the reasonable proof provided by me, showing you through Quran ayats first, and even the tafsirs when it's necessary, or if you want to do your own research, you can read the tafsirs. That would be very helpful at times, or even not helpful, but read the tafsirs regarding the ayats, right? So please, be logical, apply the thing that, the golden rule, that do unto others what you would have others do unto you. This is an introduction. I will be continuing with this, but for now, just to tell you that I read the Shia side, commentary side, on this ayat, Surah Baqarah at 187, and it says some of the Muslims deceive themselves. That meaning, it would mean, I'm just guessing that Ramadan fasting was not in pagan Arab thing, practice, but that some Muslims, like the Sahabas, were having problems uh, staying away from their women during the fasting night. I did not open it here. It's in another tab. No, I did think, but I closed it. Maybe, can't remember properly, sorry. So forgive me for that. Going to Surah Baqarah, ayat 187 with the commentary. This is the Shia website, LL Digital Islamic Library Project. Okay. Surah Baqarah, and you can see here, so showing you all sides here. Sorry, I have to be quick like this, and go to ayat 187. So it is made lawful to you to go into your wives on the night of the fast. They are an apparel for you, and you are an apparel for them. Apparel for you, and you are an apparel for them. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourselves, so He has turned to you mercifully and removed from you this burden. So now be in contact with them and seek what Allah has ordained for you, and eat and drink until the whiteness of the day becomes distinct from the blackness of the night at dawn. Then complete the fast till night and have no contact with them while you keep to the mosques. These are the limits of Allah, so do not go near them. Thus does Allah make clear His communications for men that they may guard against evil. So this guarding against evil, and most of the times, it's like all of the times what in Surah Azab also made easy for the believers. So that's why adopted son's ex-wife, Prophet Muhammad, had to marry to make it easy, as an example for the rest of the believers. So he uses this, as Allah and him, they use this to make it easy. And since we are told here in the commentaries section, during the fast, eating and drinking after whiteness of the day becomes distinct from the blackness of the night, is prohibited until night. For other conditions, see books of fiqh. In the beginning, cohabitation between man and wife was not allowed for those who observed fast. In the beginning of Islam, maybe, we don't know. But in the beginning, this was not allowed during observing the fast, whether night or day. But the future second caliph, that's Umar bin Khattab, and some other companions confessed. So this was not the polytheists here who were deceiving themselves, since in the pagan idol worshipping way of during fast, you were not allowed to do this. Go into your wives or women. The word used is women. So now, Holy Prophet, since the second Caliph Umar bin Khattab and some other companions confessed to the Holy Prophet that they had transgressed this prohibition, Tafsir Baydawi. Through this verse, cohabitation between man and wife during the night was made lawful. So now we look at man's actions must follow certain patterns, starting with the gross and gradually ascending to the subtlest of the subtle. There were very few truly obedient devotees of Allah, the Ahlul Bayt in bracket, close bracket, who observed every command of Allah, but the merciful Lord also takes into consideration the wishes of the not so careful Muslims. So your God was so Allah here, the Muslim Allah was so, you know, generous that He did this for those few, one caliph, second caliph, and some Muslims who could not control themselves during the fast. So this ayat came down for Umar and some companions who confessed, "You have deceived yourselves." So he uses this, his Allah, right? You have been unfaithful. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourselves. Not to Him, but to yourselves you acted unfaithfully. So this is quite strange. It is quite regarding the Quran ayats, which are very strict, very severe punishments for the disbelievers and all. And for the believers, you can't even be friends with your father's mother, brothers, relatives, kinsfolk, who, when they choose, when they choose disbelief from belief. So here we are shown that Allah has been very grateful, very generous. No, sorry, very generous. And He has given a concession here too for the Umar bin Khattab and some of the companions. Concession upon concession. Is this right? Sunnis will say it is right. Shias will say it is right because the commentary says this is what was said. Now, I'm going to think about another example and see if I can explain that this is quite unreasonable. So, and these are not wives, these are women. As I said before, showed you the Arabic word nisa, ikum. These are women in the night of. So a man cannot control himself. Men could not, some men. So it was made easy for them. Now, since also that it's according to the Shias, this in the beginning, it was that God, in the beginning of Islam, or when Islam was announced, I don't know, but it seems like it was not the polytheists who could not control themselves, but the Caliph himself, second Caliph, Umar bin Khattab. At this time, he wasn't the Caliph. They just put the future second Caliph, you see, future second Caliph. Made by, or whatever, they made, the elected or things like that, from the Sunni side. And some other companions confessed. So Allah became so generous that He said, now you can go into your women, because remember they're what your right hands possess too. So it can't be wives, and the word is not wives, zawj or zawja. It's nisaikum, nisa, women. Apparel for you, and you are an apparel for them. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourselves, and then they went and they confessed. But Umar bin Khattab turned out to be a hypocrite. Anyways, he snatched away the haqq of Ali, the haqq of Allah actually, that the leader, a Muslim leader, should be Ali after Prophet Muhammad. And yet this concession was brought down, we are told. It's quite amazing. It's quite sarcastically put, I must say. I put it. So Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourself. So since they went to Prophet Muhammad and confessed, God changes it. How great is that, Muslims? Shia Muslims calling out to Shia Muslims. So if there are some Muslims who cannot control themselves, you make this concession for a few. Very generous, right? I don't know what to say about this. And this was the second caliph, like what he did to Fatima Zahra's house and injured her, and she died of this injury. And so for these hypocrites, they had not, anyways. So according to the Shia research and all this, we find what was Umar bin Khattab. Now, is this right? I don't think it sounds like right, illogical, something like that. How could this be changed for some Muslims who couldn't control themselves? I mean, if Allah's law is, it's just for a month, and it's not, it doesn't even say that this is, it's unhealthy, that, a husband, if he's a traveler, it's unhealthy to remain for 3 months away from your wife for a man. A wife should control herself. She has the controlling power. It's not unhealthy for the wife, but it's unhealthy for the husband. So he should do mut'ah. After 3 months or within 3 months bus, and he can't go back home to his wife, then he must do mut'ah wherever he is. So it doesn't even say that it is unhealthy to remain away from your wives. This concession was made because the second caliph and some companions couldn't control themselves, and they were deceiving themselves by going into the women. So this has nothing to do with Allah changed the law. It has nothing to do, and those are majority of the Muslims who were doing this, although they say there are very few true Muslims who could man's actions must follow certain patterns, starting with the gross and gradually extending to the subtlest of the subtle. There were very few truly obedient devotees of Allah, the Ahlul Bayt, in brackets, close bracket, who observed every command of Allah. Very few. Okay, so this concession came down because very few were obedient, very few truly obedient devotees of Allah. Devotees of Allah, worshippers of Allah. Okay. Observed every command of Allah. So most of these not so careful Muslims. So, but the merciful Lord also takes into consideration the wishes of the not so careful Muslims. This is all. Taking care of the wishes of the not so careful, Muslims. Muslims couldn't control themselves. Very few are truly obedient to Allah, who observe every command of Allah. How generous of God. In this case, right? Goodness. So this has nothing to do with health, healthy, and all this, or unhealthiness, or doing harm to yourself. But you acted unfaithfully to yourselves. I wonder if it is the Sahabas, but I cannot catch this person. They've put Sahabas here, poor Muslims, right? So this is so sad. Only if I could catch him. Yes, Surah Azab, but this is like, you are not allowed to. Allah puts a stop to Muhammad. Surah Azab, 33, chapter of the Quran, 52. Thereafter women will not be lawful for you, and it will not be lawful for you to take other wives in place of them, even though their beauty might please you. So what is he doing? We don't say like they're, because they're orphan or widowed. That's why you're helping. You have fear. Surah Nisa, if you have fear of taking care of orphans, then marry 1, 2, 3, 4 of your choice. Concessions for you believers, because it has to be in his interest. There has to be something in Muhammad's interest. Otherwise, God would not have, according to the Shia, how could he have sent down this generous concession in ayat 187 of Surah Baqarah? You see, there has to be some interest for him here, Muhammad. And he puts believers in, that you deceived yourselves. Acha, on one hand he's saying you believers, right? Not even Muslims. Oh my God! And then he says he has faith in. So that's why the Shias boiled it down to Ali being the true believer, and very few are true believers. You can see from the commentary section under ayat 187 Surah Baqarah. So what he does is it has to help him. He believes in the believers, right? No, it says here. So wait a minute. He believes. The messenger believes in the believers. The messenger, and yet God has put for them believers. To believe in the believers. Naughty Muhammad and Allah. I tell you. I mean, it's been hurting me so much. Excuse me. The messenger believes in what was sent down to him from his Lord and the believers. Oh, you mean to say, if you take it the Shia way translation probably, that the believers also believe in, no, and he believes in his believers. Where's that ayat? Wait a minute, what's this? And the believers also believe in what? No, the messenger believes in his believers. Where's that ayat? Believes in his believers. Is this the same ayat with a different translation? No. There is a ayat which says the messenger believes in what was sent down to him from his Lord, and he believes in his believers. The messenger believed Lord and he showed the believers. No, no. All believe in Allah and the angels. No, no. And his messengers we take. No, no, no. This is not the ayat. It's not coming, sorry. So he believes in the believers. The messenger can't find that. Muslims, Google has become Muslim or something. The messenger believes in his believers. Where did I find that ayat some time ago online? Right? Can't find it here. Very dishonest people, I must say. The messenger believes in his believers. Maybe Nisa, Noor. No, here it says the believers believe in Allah and His Messenger. There's a ayat, maybe Al Imran. No, I don't think Al Imran. So this is, okay, it'll take time for me to search now. I've forgotten, sorry, the ayat number and this Google, dishonest Muslims they are not lawful for to you, O Muhammad, or any additional women after this, nor is it for you to and the wife, even if the beauty were to please you. Husnahanna, beauty. So the Shia say that good manners or something also. Right? Okay. But let's say, do you think that this concession should have come down when it's only for a month and it's not unhealthy? It's just because some believers were unfaithful to themselves. No, it doesn't say unbelievers, but it says it's very obscure, unclear. Yes, turn to you, merciful, that you acted unfaithful. That you acted. It is made lawful to you to go into the wives, go into your women on the night of the fast. They are an apparel for you, and you are an apparel for them. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourselves. Allah knew, and they went to confess to Prophet Muhammad, but Prophet Muhammad didn't know before that. But Allah knew. And this is quite funny. So He has turned to you mercifully and removed from you this burden. You acted unfaithfully. Oh Allah, I have sinned. Dua Yamani, we should read. We read this Dua Yamani so long. Oh, you who have sinned against your own selves, do not despair. Surely Allah forgives all sins. Surely He does. Surely. Oh, no, so before going to Dua, I won't go to Dua Yamani. And then my last, I didn't go somewhere, I didn't complete my thing, live stream. That's okay. So please forgive me for that. Oh, you who have, who have sinned. Oh, you who, this ayat a Google Muslim will give me. Oh, you who have sinned against yourselves. Or what? Against others? You have sinned. Surely Allah forgives all sins. Do not despair. Surely, so it takes time, sorry. My hand is not properly fixed with this. Surely Allah forgives all sins. What a thing this is, really. But not the believers. disbelief. Sorry, not to the disbeliever. So he believes in the believers also. His believers. Where was that ayat? Was it in Surah Zumar? Tell them, O Prophet, my servants who have committed excesses against themselves, do not despair of Allah's mercy. Surely Allah forgives all sins. Surely? Really? Except that, oh yes, you can rape women, this, that, you will be forgiven. You can do zina, you can be forgiven. But taking partners with Allah, you will not be forgiven. That's the only sin. That's why the Muslims get all so crazy. Shias are, misguiding people. Shirk, shirk, shirk. Mushrik. Yeah. Tell them, O Prophet, my servants who have committed excesses against themselves, do not despair of Allah's mercy. Surely Allah forgives all sins. Oh. So yeah, the mercy of Allah, Allah forgives all sins, right? Right. I wonder if the polytheists, the Jews, the Christians believe in the mercy of Allah. But they don't believe in this prophet. And they don't believe in the last day, the polytheists, only. But they give water to the pilgrimages, pilgrim for pilgrimages there. So it's not equal. But Allah forgives all sins. My servants, don't worry. Abdullahs, don't worry. Abduls. Allah is, yeah, right? Very good. You see? Maybe you don't see it. Say, oh, my servants who have transgressed. And my, servants. And return in repentance to your Lord. And return in repentance. No, but then you have to return in repentance to your Lord. And submit to Him before the punishment comes upon you. Then you will not be helped. This is such a, oh. So what is this? Abduls, my servants, what is it? Let me see the slaves. Ibadiya. Ya Ibadiya, my slaves. But surely Allah forgives all sins. However, you are to. This is the Shias, are right. Who is this now? Salam, sister. Have a good night. Same to you, Salahuddin brother. Have a good night. But please now use a reasonable reason, right? With proof when you come here. And don't impose your religion on others. Do unto others what you will have others do unto you. So this very, very good. Huh? And they believed in the believers. They say the kafir. What do they say? Those who annoy the messenger. Those who annoy. Oh, those who say this messenger, you say he is all ears. After this verse, I think. So I got you ears. Quran ayat. Surah Barat, and of them are some 61 years. Yeah, mercy unto those, vex Allah's apostle. Acha. Surah Tawbah ayat 62. Surah Tawbah ayat 62. Please use reason, as I am giving reasonable proof here. And logical. They swear by Allah to you, Muslims, to satisfy you but Allah and His Messenger are more worthy for them. Oh, yeah, and the 60th, and they were to be with the believers. That they are with the believers. So these people were with the believers. Do they not know that whoever opposes Allah and His Messenger, where is it that among them are men who molest the Prophet, has faith? Here it is, 61. He believes in Allah, has faith in the believers, right? He has faith in the believers. Then He's told you in Surah Baqarah, ayat Allah, is Allah, that some of you, and you think those are pagan who used to fast. No. The Shia side says that they were people from no, Surah Nur ayat, remember? This was the second caliph, and some other companions confessed to the Holy Prophet that they had transgressed this prohibition. Tafsir Baydawi. You can, I don't have it, sorry. You see? So these, Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourself. So there may have been a Quran ayat before this, which was completely gone, did not come, which did not get here in the book anymore. It was erased, abrogated, cancelled. So first, in the beginning of Islam, ayat came that you are not supposed to go into your wives or women. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourselves. So also to the command of Allah, right? So that ayat has not come, has not been recorded in this Quran. How you have been deceived, I cannot tell you. Every time I have to tell you how. You see, it's open to interpretation. Sunnis say that the pagan idol worshippers used to have fasting and not go into their wives. If you read the tafsir, see the tafsir, a Sunni tafsir. The Shia said here that in the beginning, cohabitation between, in the beginning what? Are they referring to the beginning of Islam? A command came. So they were unfaithful to themselves, or they were unfaithful to the command of Allah. You see this, also this point to be noted. Ask yourselves, this is a command about Ramadan, when you should eat, or what time you should open your fast, what time you should start your fast or close your fast. These are all prescribed for you commands. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully to yourselves. So He has turned to you mercifully and removed from you this burden. Oh. Maybe the Prophet himself wanted. It has to be an interest for him. You see, we are told he went to sleep Fajr time, then this was examples that you can do ruku, the namaz you can perform later. It's qaza. But how to do that qaza thing? He forgot his Fajr prayers. He overslept. Sunni tafsirs will tell you. So this is a mumble jumble, very confusing and illogical also. Can't make out. So thank God I've done a study on this. And I found this verse just before Ramadan. So I can tell you, please look at this. We have been deceived. Allah knew that you acted unfaithfully. This is, and when my servants ask you concerning me, then surely I am very near. I answer the prayer of the suppliant when he calls on me. So they should answer my call and believe in me, that they may walk in the right way. Now, some of the ayats, I don't know if they're going, the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed, a guidance to men, and clear proofs of the guidance, and the distinction. Therefore, whoever of you is present in the month, he shall fast therein. And whoever is sick or upon a journey, then he shall fast a like number of other days. Allah desires ease for you, and He does not desire for you difficulty. And He desires that you should complete the number, and that you should exalt the greatness of Allah for His having guided you, and that you may give thanks. So it is for the believers. But some of you, and when my servants ask you concerning me, then surely I am very near. I answer the prayer of the suppliant when he calls on me. However, here it says that these believers and servants of Allah, they were unfaithful to themselves, it says. It shouldn't be like this. They must, because if this thing has come in the beginning, that you cannot go, and it is an Islamic law. If ayat came in the beginning that you cannot Ramadan fasting, and you cannot go to your women, approach your women, although the word is very vulgar used in Arabic, then then it's not that you have been unfaithful to yourselves, but you have been unfaithful to the commands of Allah. Command of Allah. You can't break it. And if you break it, what happens? You break your oaths. So He has turned to you mercifully, in brackets, close bracket, and removed from you this burden. So now be in contact with them. So some say this, Sunnis say that, and Shia say this, that these were the Muslims, believers. And Allah made a concession for them. They went against themselves. No, they went against the law. The law had come in the beginning of Islam. The law was that you can, during fasting, you cannot go to your women in that way. Oh God, so it is such a terrible deception, obscure, unclear. One is saying this, Sunni side is saying that. You see this? This is terrible. If you want to follow something like this, which you are not sure about, and yet you believe that you are sure, then it is at your prerogative, at your own thing. But a reasonable man and a reasonable woman will be looking at reasons and seeing whether the ayats are researching properly. With reason. We need to be sure. So this is a tragedy for the reasonable person who does not follow a religion blindly and on the superficial level. Right? That Allah, all-knowing, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, should not be bringing verses like this, obscure, where the Sunnis are making other tafsirs of it, interpretations. The Shias have another tafsir interpretation of it. This also. And so much in detail. I will go through this. This was supposed to be an introduction. Then I will come in the night, and later on Thank you so much. Hope you use your reason with proof and find out who the true God is. Because this God who writes in this way, who brings ayat in this way, where it's open to interpretations, it's not very clear, things like that. Unfaithfully acted, so you're forgiving them, you're bringing in concessions. Now they can go into the sorry. This doesn't sound like a true God to me. If it sounds to you, it doesn't logically, not even, it fails in every way. Logic, Islamic logic too. Like I said, some points I've given here haphazardly, disorderly. But I will try my best. I will come again and try to examine this and bring it, try to say it in other words. Maybe you will understand. Also, in my broken Urdu, explain it to the Urdu subscribers who don't know English, perhaps that well, to understand it. I will do my best coming here until I'm sure that I've done my work on this ayat. So before Ramadan starts, hopefully, uh, let's see how many times I can come here. I can chew on this, sit here, look at it, please. See what I've missed, if I've made any mistakes here, I will correct myself. We are after the truth and nothing but the truth and the true God whom we miss so much. So this is what I'm after, and see what if a true God exists, what does he want from us and what can we do so we can live a beautiful life and for others also make it beautiful, as far as our duty is or what our responsibility is in this life. For humanity also, non-Muslims also, things like that, every person. So thank you so much. I will come back, continue later.